What's good with y'all, man? You said you want to write, Chief? I mean, you can write him. You feel me? His information online, but there's no need to write him because he about to get out. 3 is free. You feel me? It's already happened. We believe it's happening right now. Chief is not in prison. He's not locked up. He's in isolation right now. We're all going through a spiritual testing, a spiritual simulation to test our faith and see what's going on, see who we really believe in God. Now, look, I want to address some things today. Really, I just want to talk about the spirit of Seth and what's going on with Chief's case, the spirit of Seth and what's going on with everybody in the negative narratives and people turning their back and online trolling and mocking God. It's really crazy. So really, this for the Allegios, right? This for y'all to pay attention to what's going on, so it don't cause y'all to stumble, because everything is an obstacle to keep you away from God. You got to understand that everything in this system, in this society, has been designed as an obstacle to keep you from getting close to God, from keep you getting close to your higher self. So let's go into it. The spirit of Seth. What is the spirit of Seth? Now, the spirit of Seth takes place. It's an energy that takes place in all ancient texts, in all ancient stories. You can go look at the story of Cain and Abel, how Cain turned on his own brother Abel and killed his own brother. You can go look at the story of Osiris, who was really the Christ. Osiris and Set in ancient Egyptology, how Set destroyed and killed his brother Osiris because he was jealous and envious of the power that he had. Now, you got to understand that this spirit is dwelling amongst us right now. Like, this is what you see being present in those that went and took the stand against Chief, that went against the Christ and took the stand against the Christ. This is that very spirit. The spirit of Seth is a spirit that moves in chaos. It's a chaotic spirit. It moves in rebelliousness. It's rebellious. It's rebellious against the truth. It's rebellious against what's right. It's also a spirit that's based in betrayal. You see what happened? They betrayed the Christ. They betrayed the mission that they said that they was on. Chaos, betrayal, rebellion, confusion, especially confusion, because that's what the devil is. Seth is the spirit of the evil one, the devil, like Chief teaches us. It's a spirit that comes to bring confusion, to change your mindset on how you look at truth, to blur the lines of what you see as truth and put a veil over your eyes. That's what the spirit of Seth does, and that's what you see going on with True, Solar, and Atiri, all these people that turn their back on the Christ. They embody the spirit of Seth. Now you got to remember, right? And this is what distinguishes Chief from every other teacher, spiritual guru online, right? Chief is the one. He's him. This is what distinguishes him. Chief had many disciples. Not only did he have many disciples, he took his disciples into their natural environment, taught them the right teachings and how to get in tune with life, truly. But he had many disciples. With that being said, we know that his disciples turned on him. There was a bunch of this. How many disciples or students did Chief have along this journey that he's been on? Since 2016, he done had hundreds, if not thousands, just based off proximity on the internet. Hundreds of thousands of people that he's actually touched with his teachings and his enlightenment, his divine power, his divine energy. Now, they turned their back on Christ. Why would his disciples turn their back on the Christ? The disciples would turn their back on the Christ because of their weaknesses. You got to remember that the devil can only get and enter a being or be embodied in your vessel if you are a vibrational match for that energy, or if you are a vibrational match for the spirit of the evil one, for a Seth's spirit of confusion, chaos, rebellion, and betrayal. It's going to embody you, and it's going to utilize you to create destruction or obstacles in other people's realities. And that's what you're seeing happening. It's the devil. God is the devil in disguise. This is Chief's dream. So as God in disguise, boom, the dreamer has to create opposition in his reality through other people, places, and things to play as the opposition or the Seth spirit or the evil one to stop the rise of God. But it's already written that it won't prevail. No weapon formed against the chosen shall prosper. But we have to peep and see and understand that we see people online, True and all them niggas mocking Chief. Y'all mocking God. Niggas are, oh, I love myself. Making songs That's crazy. I'm going to go into it though, but the Bible will tell you not to mock God. It tell you in Galatians what happens when you mock God. That's the Seth spirit. And what are they doing? They online promoting this shit. They in the subconscious mind promoting this shit to turn you away from the truth. Don't be deceived. That's what Seth does. The Seth spirit comes to deceive and mislead people with confusion. Don't be confused by their confusion and by these people not being able to face their weaknesses. These motherfuckers got weak. We all got arrested, right? Remember, if they hate the Christ teachings, they gonna hate your teachings. If they obey his teachings, they gonna obey your teachings. Whatever they do to Christ and feel about Christ, they gonna feel about you because you rock and you follow the discipline of your Messiah. So that's what happened, right? When we all got arrested, everybody, but they kept Chief, right? Now the pressure on now. Pressure start to reveal and show people who they are. When shit get dark, the universe start to show you who people really are. And pressure start to get put on all of us. And we all flee. Some of us stayed. Shit, I left for a little bit and came back. I tripped a little bit. But I got my mind right and got back on the path. But like it said in the scripture, all the disciples deserted Jesus. They decided they deserted Yahshua, the Christ. We deserted the Eligio Bishop and left him in jail to do what? To perish. Just like they did Christ, Yahshua in the Bible. So what was it that made the disciples desert the messenger? What was it that made them desert the messenger? Their weaknesses, our inability to face our lower self, our inability to face our shadows and face our negative thoughts, our demons and debilitations in our astrological program. Let me remind y'all that Chief gave niggas all the knowledge in the world. All the game and gems in the world, nigga. You can create a necklace and an earring and a watch piece with what Chief gave you. You can create yourself a whole new body with the information Chief gave you. True story. So with that being said, all you gotta do is apply the information. That's all you have to do. Chief gave niggas their natal chart, pointed it out here. This is your angels and your demons. Yeah, your angels are conjunctions, trines, sextiles. Your demons are quincunxes, squares, oppositions. Show niggas how they negatively think, how they perceive reality the wrong way, and what can trip them and debilitate them into becoming their best version. Chief showed us that already. He gave us the remedy. Now, when it said it in the scripture that Christ was going to send out the disciples. Appreciate that, God. Christ was going to send out the disciples amongst the wilderness so they could be amongst themselves to go proclaim the kingdom and go push the message. Christ was going to be alone. Just like Chief alone, he went away into the shadows. Now we out here to fend for ourselves and proclaim the kingdom on our own through the information and the knowledge that Chief has given us. But now what happens? Okay, now the test come. Now test time. Yeah, now a test come. Now you connected to the Chief. You connected to the Christ. So now you're going to be labeled just as he's labeled. You're going to be stoned and persecuted just as he's stoned and persecuted. And now this is where the debilitations kick in. This is where that natal chart come in, where Chief showed niggas here. This is your negative way of thinking. This is your debilitation. And this is what's going to hinder you from entering the kingdom. But niggas didn't keep the knowledge. They forgot the knowledge. Because it's not in niggas. Chief gave us the knowledge so that we can have, that's the grace. We wasn't born into this shit. Chief was born into this knowledge. Nobody taught him this information. Nobody gave him this information. He didn't steal his information. This shit streamed from him naturally. He's been giving us this energy and this power and the battery to get online and speak, nigga. This his energy. This God energy, nigga. Y'all playing around in God's face. Truly, mocking God. Truly. He gave us the knowledge for us to keep it so that we can be activated. If you look at the story of Seth and Osiris, the parallel to both of those stories is that their actions was driven by jealousy and envy and desire for power. But these niggas wanted power that they didn't work for. They was envious and jealous of power that was designed to activate them. Chief is the power that has been designed and given to us to activate you. Nigga, how's you jealous and envious of that? That's the power that's going to charge you up. Don't make sense. So the disciples turned their back because of the weaknesses, because their inability to face ourselves. Remember, if you wanted to follow the Christ, it had a cost to you being a disciple. You had to leave. You had to hate mother, brother, father, child, job, everything. Or you couldn't walk or follow the Christ. You had to let go and forsake everything. Let go of everything. You can't love anything before God, not even your own life. Not even your own life. And these niggas knew that. They knew that. They knew that. So you got to understand, Chief has been brought here to activate us. He's been activated to light our candles. We all deaf, dumb, and blind. We all been deceived by white supremacy. We all in our lower self, working jobs all day, doing dumb shit, doing things that's not serving us. The astrology is most certainly facts. You feel me? But people don't want to study their shadows. They want to point at the shadow of somebody else. The Christ said that you, in order for you to follow him, you was going to have to pick up your cross, which is really your unk. Your unk is the truth. Your unk is your ability to walk with your generational curses and be persecuted while doing it. That's your unk. Pick up your unk and follow me. That's what the Christ said. That's what Chief told us. But niggas couldn't stand in Chief shadow. They couldn't stand in Chief darkness and go through that and carry that unk that Chief bear, because heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's why Chief has been ordained to be the messenger and be the Messiah. So when niggas was faced with that real shadow work, when niggas had to really go within and do the work and face themselves, they turned around and they went out bad. They wanted to point the finger at everybody else but themselves. But they have to pay for that. They too have to pay for that. Go look in the scripture, man. Yahshua had many disciples and they turned on him. They turned on him. It's already written. Reflection. I'm telling you, it's already written. This was going on. And it's crazy. And it's crazy because these the same people that was standing outside the courtroom, standing on the truth and the fact that the alleged victim, Natirias, was lying. You feel me? These are the same people, and I'm talking specifically for True and Solar. These niggas was in front of the courthouse standing on the truth. It's a video. It's recorded. They knew that Chief was the Messiah. They knew that what Chief was speaking was truth. It was facts. It was no lie. They knew that Chief was the messenger. They knew that what we were doing was divine. They know that we were all on a divine mission and we were all a part of something divine, something much greater than ourselves. They knew this. But guess what? That Seth spirit creeped in on niggas when Chief went away and they had to stand on their own. And they had to bear that unk on their own and be denied by the people. They ain't want to go on here on Bigo and be called a lame or be called you not a man or niggas talking crap. They ain't want to go through that. So what did they do? They took the opportunity. They took the opportunity. They ain't listened to their heart. They took the opportunity to be at peace with the world, but they at war with themselves. You think that these people at peace with themselves with the decision that they made? You think Natiri at peace with the decision that she made? You think Solar and True at peace with the decision that they made? You think anybody that followed and truly believed in Chief is sitting well with the fact that they went against something that was righteous? Like, Chief is a righteous being. Like, we were doing and still are doing something righteous. For you to turn against that is for you to turn against God, because Chief is God, nigga. You are God. You are part of God's mind. You are part of this dream. Yeah, you can see the pain in them. They can go online and mock and laugh and try to troll Chief all they want, but all they doing is showing their pain. They're only projecting. Remember, people only conceive how they perceive themselves. You feel me? In the moment's notice, they got weak and the devil snuck in. The devil said, hey, well, you won't have to have nothing to do with this. You'll be good. Oh, we will pay you. We'll give you money. We'll let you write a book. We'll promote your book. We'll do this. We'll support you. The internet, government agents, y'all out here boofing niggas' heads up whole time. Y'all not seeing the character of the people of the vessels that was used to go against the Christ. Look at the character. And that's why I was talking about the Seth spirit, because it's a character. It's a character that we have to look at. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm talking about the character of the vessels that was used to go against divine order. How I share my screen on this bitch? I want to show y'all some shit, man. I want to show y'all some shit. Hold on. Who on here know how to share the screen? Or do I gotta be on the panel to share the screen? You see, none of y'all even know Chief. Y'all on here saying shit and ain't never met Chief, ain't never walked with him ever. but y'all continue to spread a negative narrative. And guess what? Y'all got something from the universe coming to y'all too, because y'all spreading lies too. That's false persecuting and false and bearing false testimony online. You don't got to be in the courtroom to bear false witness on a nigga. You doing it online in public. You're proclaiming a lie with due emphasis in public, nigga. You not proclaiming the kingdom of God. Peace, reflection.
Back
All
on
is
another
well.
line.
All is well. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. So I wanted to ask you, man, because I hear you speak a lot. Maybe I haven't caught the time, but I'm truly interested in the things that you were taught. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's kind of important. You know, if you're speaking about that, like how you was awakened, like you know, I think a lot of us inquiring minds like to know, like you know, you know, the things that you were taught to awaken you. So maybe we could have faith, or maybe we could see this brother in the light in which you see him in. Because, I mean, truth be told, a lot of us are thinking, a lot of us, you know, people just from the outside looking in or just simply assuming that, hey, maybe this brother, you know, aligned himself with women who had been through abuse and things of that nature, who was seeking validation, and young men who were you know, sexually frustrated or something, didn't have access to women, or you know, lacked something in their life, or even lacked the confidence enough to come out of the closet, in which, you know, they felt empowered. So, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us are just inquiring about, hey, you know, what is it that you were taught that was so awakening that, you know, that most of us people don't know, that would make us, that could give us a change of perspective, and wouldn't just see, you know, what I just said, that we, most of us probably assume.
Well, what I know and what I speak about is already online. Chief has already taught a plethora of information online: the five sciences, astrology, biology, quantum physics, melanin, grounding. Now, all of this information is meant to be studied, researched, and applied to your daily life. So for you to actually get the understanding that I have, you have to actually walk and follow the Christ. Everybody said that they follow the Christ and they follow God. But to truly follow God is to let go of everything that don't serve you. Let go of mother, brother, child, career, shirt, clothes, your need for eating, for you to serve God. And that's what I have dedicated my life to. You feel me? So I can't really tell you what it is. Like, you just kind of have to you gotta believe. But to believe, you gotta know. And to know, you have to go study and do your research. I just gave you the five sciences. You can go do your research upon Chief, but it's not proper to make assumptions. You feel me? Even my synopsis and my assessment of what you want to know is not
Right,
significant enough for you to get the information you need, because you have to gather the research first party for yourself. You feel me? You have to walk your own journey. You got to walk your own path. So making an assumption is not objective, and that's
right,
always going to lead down the road of subjectivity. My thing to you
right,
would
right,
to go do your due diligence and to have an open mind and an open heart when you do your judgments. When you
right.
are
So
listening to information about God or about Chief. You feel me?
right, right. So, and let me say this, right? Me personally speaking, from my own personal experience, and again, I appreciate you having the conversation, man, and not taking anything that I'm saying offensive, and you know, just allowing me to have open dialogue and just sharing my thoughts and my beliefs. So I say that to say this, right? From my idea of God, if I was to see what I presume to be my idea of God, I've said several times, like, I would change my ways. I would walk away from anything and everything, and just simply walk away from corporate America and walk out in the streets like Moses. You know what I'm saying? Preaching the gospel every day. If I saw what my idea of God is. So by you seeing that, by you seeing what your idea of God is, because you are truly convicted, then why are you back to your old ways? Why are you back in modern society? Why aren't you back living off the land? Why aren't you still practicing the things that you was taught? You soon as Elijah, or I mean the you know, Chief, you know what I'm saying, got incarcerated, you came right back to corporate America. Now you back online dealing in technology and other world the same way we did, instead of somewhere in the bush, you know what I'm saying, praying to the Most High, to the gods, to the spirit gods, whatever he taught you to do, and praying for his release, brother.
Okay, so my response to that is, you familiar with the Bible, right?
Yes, I am.
Did it not say that Yahshua sent out the disciples into the wilderness to proclaim the kingdom of God? The wilderness is not the jungle. The wilderness is the system that we live in. This is the jungle or nature. The bush is not wild. It's very organized. The Fibonacci code is very mathematical and structured. The wilderness is Babylon, the United States of America, these cities and states that we live in and that we inhabit and that we operate in. So I'm here because I have been sent out amongst wolves, like sheep amongst wolves, to proclaim the kingdom of God, to proclaim the kingdom of the Eligio Bishop to the public with due emphasis. That's why I'm not in the bush or in the woods. I'm here to wait for the rise of our King to come back. It's the second return, the return of Christ, and because I'm here to proclaim the kingdom as I'm doing right now. I'm here to use these cell phones and technology because technology and cell phones is nothing but an extension of human beings. It's an extension of nature, an extension of God. You feel me? We are here to utilize these apparatuses and these tools and avenues for us to get this message across to the chosen. This message is not for everybody. Many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called, but only few are Eligios. Only few are elected to hear the word of the Eligio Bishop. And I am a repeater here to give that and send that broadcast out through these cell phones. So in the age of Aquarius, we are using these devices to do that. And they are very much needed. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to connect to me and get the understanding that you need about God.
Okay, so do you presume yourself to be God as well, or only Eligio?
Absolutely, I am God. Didn't Christ say it was written in a law that I said ye are gods? Psalms 82:6. Ye are gods. We are all God. It's just that Chief is the first son of Mother Lucia. He is the Christ figure. He is the messenger that has been sent by our mother, ordained to guide us out of our ignorance. We are all figments of his subconscious mind. We are all living within the mind of his imagination.
So you presume this brother to be modern day Christ.
Absolutely. He is God. He is King today. And forevermore, every reality we go to, there is no white Jesus.
That's yeah, I can't get, that's the part I can't fathom. How could you perceive another human being,
And that's the thing. And that's
to
the
be
thing. And that's the
Christ,
thing. He's not a human
To
being.
be the most high?
He's not a human being, and that's the thing. We see him as a human being, but Chief is an ancient spirit. He's an ancient soul. We're all consciousness, and that's what we forget. We forget about us being a mind. We think that we are these bodies. We are the consciousness that's inhabiting or using these bodies as a vehicle to manipulate energy in this realm. But Chief is an ancient spirit, like Osiris, Thoth, one that brings mathematics and order and structure to the collective. He's not a person. It's a spirit, the spirit of the indigenous black man running through his program.
Mm. And is that what you perceive yourself to be as well? Because I want to know what separates you from him.
There is no
Because I see
separation.
that.
There is no separation.
Mm.
I am three, and three is me. Three is us, and we are him.
Yeah, that's powerful, man. I'm telling you, man. They're like like this brother, for him to be able to harness the minds of men and women alike, in the powerful way he did. I mean, that's something that I would like to learn. That teach me that. Teach
It's the
me how to,
it's the. You want to
you
know
know what
what
I'm
it
saying?
is? You want to know what it
Shoot, that's
is?
what I need to learn.
You want to know what
Yeah.
it is?
Yes.
It's the truth.
Yes.
It's the truth. And no matter what the truth comes through, who it comes through, a baby, a white man, it don't matter. When you know the truth and when you hear the truth, it's something about it that convicts you. And if your astrological program is able to understand it and walk with it, then that's what it shall be. My astrological energy has been enabled to hear and perceive and walk in that truth that I have heard come out of the mouth of a chief. And it's just truth. The truth can come out of a baby. It's up to you to discern and accept it. Now, at this point, y'all have cognitive dissonance because y'all have been given belief systems by the white man, by white supremacy, and y'all believe in his system. Now, the black man is rising and coming into power, and now we're being given the real laws and divine order by the black man who is God. And there's cognitive dissonance. You feel me? Now, the corruption that the white man gave us, Now there's confusion. The spirit of Seth is in us. Now we can't. I'm not following what he's saying, but you following what Jesus told you, and Jesus don't even exist. They don't even praise a real God. Our God is
I
here.
so I kind of studied a little bit about you know, cult leaders, right? And I'm not saying that you are within one. This is just my observation and my studies of it, right? From
Right.
what, and I haven't really delved in too deep, as like as I would, but I haven't found much time. But some of the things that cult leaders do is first and foremost they isolate, and I want you to tell me, have you seen any correlation, right? Because we're speaking on truth and we're speaking on knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, then we have to be open to all aspects of knowledge, to you know what I mean, to be able to make sure that we're looking at it from a broad horizon. So a lot of the traits of people who are build cult leaders, for example, gang members, like I said, they find men who lack confidence, lack respect, and then they put them in a situation, and they build up that weakness inside of them, and then the weak person would then become more confident and gracious to the person who empowered them, right? So if I find a dude who's always getting beat up and scared of everybody, and I say, yo, you not no chump, you not no pussy, you's a king, you's a man, you could like here, I guarantee you, when you put this in your hand, these people right here gonna fear you. And he get a taste of that, and his confidence boosts up. Now he's gracious to Blocker because Blocker gave him that empowerment, because I built him up where he's weak. Same way with a woman who doesn't feel attractive or been abused, and I play into that weakness. You're a goddess, you're a queen. You should not be abused. You should be this, that, and the third. So now I'm building her up, right? And then on top of that, isolation. You isolate them from other people. Then on top of that, you create confusion and dependency, right? Sometimes intimidation. So I mean, from my observation and looking at the videos and the content and the things that have been online, right? I've clearly seen the you know the when you isolate it, you know what I'm saying? Because now y'all abroad and other places away from modern day. I've seen the confusion in some of the videos where some of the women were forced to slap each other around,
So
not forced, but coerce,
so let me say this. Let
not
me say this
forced.
because you getting kind of long winded. Let me say this. Let me say this. Um, you first off, there's a difference between motivating people and preying on people, because we all have weaknesses, and there's always somebody else that's there that can motivate us to feel more confident about ourselves. That's the point of having mentors, gurus, teachers, companions, whatever it is. That's what relationships are built upon, for us to grow, right? So if you were in a relationship with a woman and she had low self-esteem about herself and she didn't like her booty looked, and she said, babe, how my booty look? And you tell her, baby, you look good, you look beautiful, you the most beautiful woman in the world. Would that be you preying on her and manipulating her?
If I know that her booty was not as what
Just
I
yes or no.
proclaimed it
Just
to be,
yes or no. Just yes or
I'm,
no.
I'm I'm answering the question. I'm answering the question. If I was lying and knew damn well her booty wasn't appealing to me the way I express it, then I'm manipulating her, sir.
But you will be doing that to do what? Motivate her, right?
I mean, manipulation could be used for good or bad, so it
So,
depends on
so in
the
that
person who's
situation,
doing the manipulating.
you would be doing it to motivate her, right?
I would, if I loved her, I would do it to boost her self-esteem and her confidence.
That would be a good
If I didn't love her, I would do it to make her, gracious and feel accepted by me and only me, and be feel worthy in my presence.
Look, this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say, because y'all gonna perceive things how y'all want to perceive things. I'm not here to defend nothing but the truth. Y'all got your own way of looking at shit and way of perceiving things. I'm not here to defend that and argue that. Look, this is what I'm gonna say. Go do your due diligence and use your heart, man. You feel me? If you see wrong in the situation, you feel me? Well, you do the right thing. You feel me? Um,
Man, I've seen the video, women on their knees slapping the shit out of each other.
but
Like
listen,
what like
but listen. The narrative of that, we already spoke on that. We already addressed that hundreds of times. We already told y'all that collectively we agreed to as a group do spiritual improv so that we can get the attention of our people, because our people only like drama and entertainment. So we decided to copy the Will Smith and Chris Rock slap and do spiritual improv to slip the message in to the masses. And it worked. We got y'all attention. Now y'all stick and stuck on the negative instead of what we were, the intentions of what we were doing. And then the people that were in the group that agreed to do it left and turned their back and spread a negative narrative as if we were just in there slapping each other. And that's not what happened. We all agreed in the living room that day, because I was there. We all got on camera. Hey, my name is such and such. I'm an actor for Carbonation. I'm an actress for Carbonation. And we proceeded to do that. And even if we was, and even if we was just smacking each other on camera, so fucking what? I grew up in a household where my parents and sisters, siblings, brother, we smacked each other. You got reprimanded for doing goofy, stupid shit, and we all can agree to this. But we don't talk about the abuse that white men putting on black men and black women. We don't talk about how the white man got this whole system and all this land by raping the whole fucking demographic. But y'all trying to persecute an innocent black man for something that he didn't do.
I mean, I'm not trying to persecute
y'all trying to understand negative. Y'all trying to understand negative narratives instead of doing y'all research on the research that Chief has came to give y'all. Y'all focus on his personal life so much that y'all missing the truth that he gave to y'all. Forget the person. Throw the person out because we don't exist. What did the person say? What was the message? The message was to go to nature. All human beings belong between the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, near the equator by the sun, because the sun is our mind. What else did he tell us? Oh, we need to study astrology, biology, quantum physics, melanin, and grounding. We need to go reread the Bible and dissect it for what it truly is. Nobody's going to do their research. Nobody's going to do their homework. Y'all still worried about the catalyst that came to bring y'all the message instead of the truth. Take the truth and apply it to your life, and then come and ask me the question, or come back and then see if you still have the same questions to ask me. Because y'all can make all the assumptions. Y'all can make all the assumptions in the world, which is subjectivity. But we have to be objective thinkers. Until y'all go do the research and do the actual fact check, then y'all not gonna get what's going on. Y'all gonna be forever stuck in that Seth spirit, which is confusion, chaos. Oh, I'm assuming things. Y'all gotta go do.
I even saw the brothers. Okay, so look, I even saw the brothers' trial, right? Because I'm also a person who believes that America is a corporation. I also believe in sovereignty and things of that nature.
Storm,
but the whole thing about it is, when there's a sworn affidavit of someone saying that you caused them a physical bodily harm,
but nobody. Then you can't. Hold on. But this the thing. The alleged victim never said that. The detectives put that in the case files. She was interviewed first by a Japanese or a Chinese detective, and she never mentioned any of that. I just read you something. I just read you a case file of the case that came out of the alleged victim's mouth. They put it in the article.
Did she show up to the trial? She didn't show up to the trial. She didn't give a testimony.
She was on voice. She was on voice. But I'm talking about before the trial. She never said anything about rape. She didn't even know anything about that charge until they said something to her. They put that charge on her on him without her even knowing it. I just read you a quote verbatim from her mouth where she said that they said rape. When they said something about the rape charge, I was like, what? I didn't think he raped me. He didn't rape me. She came out of her mouth. She never thought that she was raped. And it's videos that the courtroom didn't share that we had on our defense, showing that she said out her mouth, yeah, we made love. I was a sucker for love. He held me in his arms.
So have you ever seen The Highest? Have you ever seen The Highest?
He held me in his arms and I straddled his lap. Like, come on now.
Have you ever watched The Highest? Right? It's I think it's a Netflix or some documentary. It's called The Highest. Have you ever seen that?
No,
Ruth?
I haven't. No, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but we're not gonna get into that because that has no correlation with what we're talking about.
All right.
But I'm gonna let you.
Well, I appreciate the conversation, bro. I know somebody else want to get up here.
Absolutely, I appreciate you for coming up, King. Appreciate the questions. You feel me? So y'all gotta go do your homework. Everybody worried about what why y'all got 24 hours in a day. Why y'all not worried about your own life? It's so much for you to know. Why you not worried about your life, but you worried about what this grown man doing with his own life? Y'all gotta understand, Chief ain't wanna do nothing but live his life and have fun and be a fucking child and live on earth like a big ass playground. But life gets so serious. White supremacy make life so serious for kids. Our parents teach us that we gotta go to school and work and do all this dumb shit. Now we can't be kids. Now we can't be in our natural state no more. Now shit's serious. Now we gotta go and shuck and jive and be field niggas. I mean house niggas for this system. No, that's not what we on. That's not what we on. And if you're not standing up for truth and standing up for Chief, it's because you a house nigga. You feel me? It's simple. You a house nigga. It's cool because I know I was born as a house nigga. I went to school. My parents worked a job. We was middle class damn near, you feel me? But nigga, it's a spirit in me that's different. I'm here to rebel. I got a spirit that's here to rebel. A lot of us got a spirit here to rebel, and Chief is our activator. Chief is what's going to ignite our candle. It's going to ignite us, our vehicles. But y'all gotta let it happen. But everything is happening in divine timing, regardless. This shit is happening in divine order regardless. And 3 will rise. Truth said, I said free 3. Bitch, I said 3 is free. You feel me? Because it has already happened. He's never been incarcerated. We are incarcerated because we are psychologically cut off and disconnected from our source, from our temple. Nigga, talking to Chief is like you going to a mosque, nigga. Just sitting, talking, and listening to Chief voice is like you going to the temple to pray, nigga. Y'all don't understand what y'all are dealing with, but y'all will later. Y'all gonna understand. Y'all gonna understand. Y'all gonna understand. Keep mocking. Lagging is because I'm supposed to lead, man. Peace to the gods. I love myself.